This article reveals a politically sensitive and potentially divisive event within South Africa's government of national unity. A group of MPs from the Democratic Alliance and Patriotic Alliance secretly visiting Israel under the guise of fact-finding mission is troubling. This trip must be analyzed against multiple backdrops, such as South Africa's foreign policy stance on Palestine, internal political dynamics, national security, and the broader human rights discourse. Who are the politicians involved? Who are the politicians? They are Ashley Soul and Millicent Matopa of the Patriotic Alliance, Nicholas Maibuk and Bridget Masango of the Democratic Alliance. All participated in this trip. South Africa has long taken a pro-Palestinian stance rooted in the country's historical experience of apartheid. You cannot tell me that these four did not know that. The ANC-led government has consistently characterized Israel's occupation and treatment of Palestinians as akin to apartheid. You cannot tell me that these four didn't know it. The 2023 National Assembly resolution to suspend all diplomatic relations with Israel until it engages in peace negotiations and commits to ceasefire underscores this stance. You cannot tell me that these four didn't know about it. South Africa has also brought a genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice, cementing its leadership role in the global campaign for Palestinian human rights. This commitment is more than symbolic. It is a legal, moral, and diplomatic statement aligning South Africa with the oppressed and marginalized across the world. You cannot tell me that the DA and PA and this politician didn't know about this. They broke the law. The secretive nature of the MP's trip, possibly including meetings with Israeli President Isaac Herzog and far-right Yossi Dagan and advocate for full Israeli sovereignty over the occupied West Bank, raises alarm bells. Their visit sends a symbolic message that contradicts South Africa's official stand and weakens its diplomatic credibility. It undermines South Africa's unified international message regarding the human rights abuses in Gaza. It undermines solidarity with Palestine during a time of active genocide against Israel. It undermines democratic coherence within the GNU, especially if such visits go unsanctioned and unreported. This visit wasn't just curious minds on tour. No, it was not. The association with ideological hardliners like Dagan, who has endorsed ethnic cleansing in Gaza, suggests political alignment rather than neutrality. Something has to be done here. We can't let this go. The DA, we know, consistently is pro-Israel. It voted against the 2023 parliamentary motion to suspend diplomatic ties with Israel. So it's not just the two going. They were sent there by the DA. PA, although not in parliament in 2023, in recent times, its recent actions and support from Gayton McKenzie and Kenny Kunene imply a leaning towards Israel on religious basis. We know that those people were sent by their party there. This visit reveals the ideological fracture within the GNU and possibly manipulation of parliamentary office for private or foreign political interest. The trip may have been private, but the individuals remain members of parliament, elected representatives with constitutional duties. I'm telling you, they were sent by their political parties here. And there is a national security threat here. There is also a threat on the integrity of our parliament. For instance, Nicholas Maibuk, one of the visiting MPs, serves on Parliament's Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence a body entrusted with classified national security matters. His presence on such a politically sensitive trip, possibly without approval, oversight, may expose South Africa to foreign influence or interference. Yes. May violate protocol meant to protect national sovereignty and confidentiality. May reflect a breach of constitutional trust. SMPs are sworn to uphold the country's values, including its policy or foreign policy direction. The claim that MPs went in their private capacity is questionable, as you can see, given their public roles, especially Maibek's position on the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence and Masango's chairpersonship of the Social Development Committee. So, deliberate secrecy, unclear sponsorship, and lack of parliamentary transparency hint at a shadow diplomacy that can destabilize national governance. We must be clear. We must be clear. Very, very, very clear. Visit by intelligence committee members and MPs entrusted with social development to a foreign state embroiled in conflict without disclosure to Parliament or DECO poses national security concerns. Meetings with extremist elements like Yosi Dagan suggest exposure to ideological influence and foreign lobbying. This is an abuse of parliamentary privilege and public trust. These actions violate the spirit of constitutional accountability, transparency, and the oath to serve South Africans, not foreign political agendas. The MP's visit, I repeat, the MP's visit at a time when thousands of Palestinians are being killed, displaced, and deprived of basic rights contradicts not only South Africa's foreign policy, but also the moral high ground the country has tried to maintain since the end of apartheid. Engaging with Israel without acknowledging its actions in Gaza normalizes the oppression of Palestinians and betrays global human rights values. This visit, instead of demonstrating inquiry, demonstrates selective blindness to human suffering. Meeting far-right figures like Dagan while Gaza bends indicates alignment with oppressors, not open-minded inquiry. South Africa's future, fragmented or unified, is in trouble. This incident is a macrocosm of a broader issue. The GNU is fragile, built on uneasy alliances between ideologically incompatible parties. If left unaddressed, South Africa risks foreign policy incoherence, diminishing its influence in international platforms like the ICJ and the United Nations. Trust in Parliament may erode if MPs act on ulterior motives, potentially for personal or foreign benefit. National unity may splinter, particularly if foreign-aligned factions manipulate internal instability for gain. The stakes are not just diplomatic. They touch the core of South Africa's constitutional democracy and post-apartheid moral leadership. Now, the visit by the DA and PA to Israel, especially under a veil of secrecy, at a time of global scrutiny on Israel's actions in Gaza, is a political provocation. It undermines South Africa's principled stand on human rights. It challenges internal cohesion within the GNU and exposes Parliament to scrutiny and constitutional vulnerabilities. South Africa stands at a crossroad. 1. Upholds its legacy as a champion of justice and oppressed, or allow factionalism and foreign elements to erode its credibility. The choice will shape its future role in global politics and domestic unity.